For MotoGP lovers, Marc Marquez is definitely a household name. He's also considered one of the greatest innovators of modern MotoGP racing. This is largely because of his comparatively exaggerated cornering technique of leaning so far over the bike, and it seems to be in constant danger of sliding out. In today's video, we will be looking at a crucial question most MotoGP lovers ask. Are Honda relying too much on Marc Marquez? Let's dig in. First of all, who is Marc Marquez? Marc Marquez was born on the 17th of February 1993 in Cervera, Spain. Marc is an 8-time world champion, 6 of those being in the Premier MotoGP class. He is also the youngest rider ever to be crowned king of the Premier class. Marquez made his debut in the World Championship in the year 2008 as a 15-year-old rookie, who was at first curtailed by injury but later went ahead to make headlines by achieving a podium result in just his 6th race at Donington Park. He's quite the prodigy in MotoGP, that in the 2014 season he totaled 13 victories, which is the most Premier Class wins in a single season, surpassing the mark set by fellow Repsol Honda rider Mick Doohan in 1997. Although the 2015 season was a bit rough for Marc, he still managed 5 victories, 9 podium finishes, and 8 pole positions. At the age of 24 and 268 days, Marquez took over the record from Mike Hailwood, who was 25 years and 107 days old when he won his 4th Premier Class title in 1965. Marc Marquez was also the first rider in the 69-year history of Grand Prix motorcycling to go ahead and win at least 5 races a season for 8 years in a row. The 2020 season was the most difficult season for Marc. The Race King began the season with an injury in his first race and went ahead to miss the rest of the season. However, the 2021 season saw a turnaround in his fortune, putting him back on the top-tier list of MotoGP racers. Where was Marc Marquez before his relationship with Honda had begun? Marc Marquez is one of the rare species of bikers that fall in love with biking from a young age, pushing to be better, winning local championships, and becoming one of the best in the world. Marc's journey to fame began in 2002 when he finished 3rd in the Conti Cup as he began to focus on road racing. 2 years later, the racer tried a Honda 125 GP. His performance thrilled both fans and Honda alike, which gave him a much-needed break and ushered him into the big leagues. The 2005 season saw Marc joining forces with Emilio Alzamora, who was the 1995 125cc world champion with Honda. The formidable duo went ahead to win the 125cc Catalan Championship as well as the 85cc Catalan Supermotard Championship. In 2006, Marquez began participating in the CEV Championship, and although he didn't win the title, his performance was quite impressive. For the 2008 season, the racer earned himself a full-time ride in the 125cc World Championship. Marc's relationship with Honda. Marc Marquez, who has been a 6-time MotoGP World Champion, has been a Honda rider throughout his entire career in the Premier Class, while making his debut in 2013 and also winning the title on his first attempt. The beginning of 2020 saw Marquez sign a new deal with a 4-year extension with Honda, which is to take him through the end of 2024. Sadly, the last 3 seasons have been plagued with injuries, including the serious right arm break he suffered in Jerez in 2020. The arm has been operated on 4 times since the incident. Honda's form has also suffered a decline throughout Marc's injury woes, with the Japanese maker suffering its 2nd winless campaign in 3 years in 2022. In a recent interview with Motorsport.com, Marquez expressed his respect for Honda for how they handled his injury layoffs. However, while he also wants to retain the team beyond 2024 when his contract would be up for renewal, Marc expressed his decision to move if Honda can't provide him with a title-winning bike. In his statement he said, "I feel a lot of respect for Honda because the way that during these 2 years that I was injured, the way that we speak, the way that they care for me was special," he said. He went on ahead to say, "But now at the end of 2022, my mind is only on coming back to the top with Honda. Then of course, if I cannot because I feel like I don't have the tools, I will try to find the best for me." We can obviously deduce that Marc has the desire to leave Honda if they can't produce him title-winning bikes. But the Japanese company is actually quite eager to keep him since he has won lots of championship titles with them. Seeing how Honda also rose to more fame with Marc Marquez in their team, how was Honda's performance before the arrival of Marc? Let's check it out. Honda's performance before Marc Marquez. Honda's performance in MotoGP hasn't been all that bad before they got Marc Marquez on their team. In the 1990s, Duhan, who represented Repsol, the Honda team in 1995, won the World Championship for the second time in a row in Argentina. The team was Mick Duhan, Alex Crivier, and Shinichi Ito. Ito finished the season 5th overall, while Crivier finished the season 4th with one race left for the end of the season. In 1997, Repsol Honda won 15 races in the season after introducing a four-man team by adding Tadayuki Okada. They went as far as breaking Giacomo Agostini's record for victories in one season. There was quite a bloom and many victories for the Repsol Honda team in the 1990s. Fast forward to the 2000s, the year 2000 was quite a difficult year for the Repsol Honda team, as Crivier only got one win and finished 9th overall, while Okada finished 11th and Gibernau 15th. Then in 2001, Crivier was joined by Toru Ukawa, and the season wasn't much better as Crivier could only manage 2 podiums and finish the season 8th, while Ukawa finished the season 10th with a single podium finish. Valentino Rossi joined the team in 2002 and went ahead to dominate the season. With 11 race wins, he became the world champion with 4 races left to the end of the season. Ukawa finished 3rd overall with 1 victory and 8 podium finishes. Nicky Hayden joined Rossi in 2003 and had good and bad seasons even after Rossi left the team. The 2000s were full of ups and downs for the Repsol team. The 2010s saw a peak in the rise to fame of the Repsol Honda team as Marc Marquez joined the team in 2013 and went ahead to win 6 world championships. Having looked at who Marc Marquez is and his relationship with the Repsol Honda team, we then asked the big question: has Honda been relying too much on Marc Marquez? Since the news that the reigning MotoGP world champion Marc Marquez will be missing the weekend Czech Grand Prix, and also other reports which show that Marc had to sit out more races due to his broken arm, it looks like Honda has to develop a means to remain relevant by stopping their over-reliance on Marc Marquez. This is due to the fact that Honda's hope of retaining its illustrious Triple Crown rider, team, and constructor championship has been shattered. Marc Marquez arguably carried the team on his back. Sadly, with his injury, this speculation has become a fact. Honda very much put all of its eggs in one basket by relying on Marc Marquez a lot, and its strategy that undoubtedly punished them in the 2020 season. Marquez's uninterrupted session at the top has come to an end at one point or the other, as all good things do. And if Honda doesn't have the next big thing to replace him, they will most likely be in big trouble. After having a trophyless 2022 season, Honda intends to get back on track, and to do so they have launched an internal restructuring which is expected to go beyond its pool of riders. The operations in Honda are in full swing because they've realized that relying on Marc Marquez is no longer enough to get out of the crisis. It is clear at this point that Honda did rely heavily on Marquez, and with Marquez injured, they have gone 2 seasons without a trophy. We can only advise Honda to step up their game and hire a team of capable riders, pending when Marc is ready for the tracks again. That's all we can take on today's video. Do let us know what you think about Marc Marquez, his future in Honda, and the likelihood of Honda winning a trophy this season in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more amazing content, and we'll see you in the next video.